Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at what's releasing this week on the Nintendo Switch. Now here, as always, I don't cover everything, rather those games that are catching my eye. So do let me know in the comments down below if I miss anything that I should be checking out. So with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So first up, breathedge. I love the look of this one. I'm a big fan of the survival genre. This one takes that formula and sends you into outer space. Now sadly, the reviews on other platforms where it is out already, not the strongest honestly, but I'm still hopeful I'm going to find a lot to like here, as you need to craft pilot vehicles and even control space stations, whatever that might mean. The visuals as well, they look incredible on the eShop, and I really just hope this is Switch screenshots we are seeing, because yeah, I am more than impressed with what they are appearing to be. So probably the second biggest game of the week for me then, an easy choice, Star Wars Republic Commando. It's a game I've wanted to see back for a long time. In fact, on May 4th, 2020, I did a list here on the channel of all the Star Wars games I wanted on the Switch, and this was high up on that list. Don't think they've done a huge amount to the game honestly, just kind of a HD coat of paint, but it's a fantastic first person shooter set in one of my personal favourite universes, so yeah, I just cannot wait to jump back in. Last words then, and this is actually an award-winning narrative experience. It seems to combine the idea of walking on words while then using them as tools to solve different puzzles. Looks absolutely stunning visually, and I hear good things about the story it's got as well. It's supposed to be kind of like, think, emotionally draining sort of tale. I won't be covering it myself on the channel, but Mark over at SwitchUp did actually drop a review for this one just a couple of days back, so I'll link that in the pinned comment down below. Visual novel fans then, Island hits the Switch, and honestly never heard of it, but according to the eShop description, it's a beloved sci-fi romantic adventure, and I'm kind of taking them at their word there. The visuals, they look solid though, there's no doubt it's kind of minimal on a gameplay front, and the idea it seems to be you're basically this time traveling guy that you arrive at this once kind of paradise world, and now you must work with 3 families and 3 girls in particular to control the fate of the world. If you know this one, let me know if it is beloved like they seem to be claiming. Cozy Grove then, and I love the look of this one as well. It's a life sim game about camping on a haunted, ever-changing island. You'll be a spirit scout. You'll basically be wandering this location each day, and you need to uncover new secrets while helping out the local ghosts around you. Seems to all basically be about kind of fetch quests, loot and crafting, which is never a bad thing, but it's the visuals. Tell me this game just doesn't look absolutely stunning with its kind of hand-drawn style, and then it's even promising a 40+ hour campaign. That's a lot of game honestly for your cash. So it's rare I feature a game like this honestly, but what the dub, a multiplayer party game. The concept seems pretty cool honestly though. You're basically overdubbing missing dialogue from what it touts to be awful B-movies. Basically you watch a scene, you dub it, and then each player will vote on the best one. And yeah, it's simple, but sometimes these kind of games have a place in a library, and this one actually might tempt me in with its kind of like promise of over 300 different movie clips, and then it supports up to 12 players as well if you can use things like a computer, tablet or phone. Aqua Kitty then gets a sequel with Astro Aqua that's a tongue twister, Astro Aqua Kitty, and this was a great shooter that's now advertising itself as an action RPG shoot 'em up, which sounds good to me. You'll be choosing a crew though and investigating water-filled asteroids, and I imagine shooting a whole lot of them. Here though, then not only will you have to face enemies obviously and take them down, but there's like gems to mine, new weapons to find, and the ability to unlock your crew's abilities thanks to an XP system. I love the style of the first one though, and this seems to be more of the same with a space vibe, and that really can't be a bad thing. The house in Fata, Morgana, Dreams of the Revenant edition, long as title, is a visual novel collection published by Limited Run Games, and honestly look, I know very little about it, but it seems to have some sort of like, well, a decent amount of buzz around it in fact, so I wanted to give it a shout out. It's covering nearly a millennium through its story though, and it's going to cover moments of tragedy, human nature and insanity, which definitely sounds unique. It's also got 3 full games here along with some short stories as well, so I imagine you're going to be getting a lot of visual novel for your cash with this one. Our penultimate game of the week then, that is Gravity Heroes. It's coming from P-Cube, and first off it has a demo on the eShop, so maybe check that out before you drop the cash if you like the look of it. But it's a 2D platformer shooter, and from what I can tell it's actually kind of like single screen action. But gotta say, I really like the idea of this. The twist is you can control your character's gravitational pull. Then it's promising 80s and 90s inspired visuals and music, and that was enough to kind of tempt me in. So I'll probably be checking out the demo first and seeing if I want to kind of sink the cash myself. Also the story as well, it just kind of like sounds like it nails its influences. You're investigating a broken relationship between humans and robots, and that's rarely a good thing. So the final game of the week then, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. This is the big one for me. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game, and I hope to have some coverage here on the channel. It's the final story arc though in the Cold Steel series, and it released on other consoles already to mostly positive reviews. The only thing I will say about this one, I started on the third entry myself, and then I went back and revisited the first and second. I'm hearing it would be near impossible to jump in though at this point if you don't know the series and this cast of characters, so maybe kind of at a minimum take a look at the third entry, which is also on the Switch. That was my personal favourite game of 2020 though, so I cannot wait now to finish this epic off in what appears to be full on war. And that's it, that's my choice picks of the week. What is catching your eye on? What will you be adding to the library, if anything at all, this week? A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.